Time for another Canadian snack video! Today, now I have the ones made by Casper, but they have other ones made by other people. This is the corn twists, corn puffs. And here is what they look like. So, they are salty, they are corny, they are buttery, they are good. These have been around for a long time. They're filled with a lot of air. Just like the cheese puffs, you can suck everything out of this. And just be left with a little bit of goo. But I'm not going to do that with this video for you guys. I don't need to gross you. So I'm not sure what more to say about these. They taste good, you know. So remember, smash the like button. Subscribe if you've yet to. And hit the notification to know when I'm putting up stuff. Comment, please. And what else? I don't know what else. Anything what else. Share. Remember to check out the rest of my content. Check out my other channel, Cross Comics. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now. God bless. Love you all. The Pied Piper. Okay, another video here from me. I hope you're liking these videos. We got another Canadian snack video. We are with a drink this time. It's the first time I saw it a couple days ago. I got 2 bottles. I drank one for myself. The time wasn't too bad. Well, it was all right. Whatever. But I got one just for the stream. Orange Mountain Dew. It's called Mountain Dew Live Wire. It's alive. No. So, yes, it's basically Mountain Dew with orange flavoring. So, here we go. Okay, so you can taste the orange quite a bit. Tastes slightly different than regular orange pop, I would say, with the mix of Mountain Dew in there. It's a strange thing, but it tastes, as I was saying a few minutes ago, it tastes alright. So, just try and imagine orange pop with Mountain Dew mixed together, and that's what you have. Mountain Dew Live Wire. Thank you for tuning into this latest October drawing. This is going to be my character Snow, because the prompt today was Snow. And she's one of my main 7 characters. She should be the second character coming out with a book, so I do hope you will be enjoying this, minute and 16-second video. She's from the past, gets frozen in time, so to speak, and then resuscitated in modern day. Want to know more? Tune into my channel and hopefully find out. And definitely find out when her book is released in the near future, hopefully sometime next year, being 2020. And remember to like, subscribe if you've yet to, hit the notification button, share, and of course comment, and have a great and wonderful day. Bye for. Sorry, it's been a few days for this. Just been getting busy, my friends. But this is Black Lightning. More of his 80s look than any present look or the TV series. I'm hoping you're enjoying this Outsider series, especially you, Tosspot, since you're the one that was saying about the Outsiders. So there is only one more to go for the Outsiders. And we all know who that is, I think. The next one up. The most famous outsider of all. Boom, 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 boom. Yes, it's Batman. And hopefully you will enjoy that. But hopefully you will enjoy this. Remember to watch all the way through. This is only like 2 minutes and 51 seconds. You've got like under 2 minutes to go now. So there's going to be some music here. So just remember to hit that like button. Share this out. Subscribe if you yet to. Hit that notification button and comment. We love to hear back from you. Okay, thank you very, very much for tuning in. We'll catch you later. Pied Piper of Hamilton here. I've got my good friend Gort. He just came over and he brought this huge Kit Kat bar, but it's a special one. It's cookies and cream. So we figured we'd make a video of it, of us both eating it and giving our opinion of what we think it tastes like, whether we think it's good, bad, all that stuff. So I'm going to open it for him. Here. If I can. Being impossible. Okay. There, finally, open. Let's say hi to everybody, Gord.
Hey guys, how you doing? It's me on YouTube, man. Bottoms up. Where's Will?
Okay, so there's first look at it outside the package. There's Gord's.
Mm-hmm.
There's up close. See, the camera's right there, Gord.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're both going to take our bite. 1, 2.
Not bad. You like it, Rick?
Yeah. I can really taste the cookies and cream. I've had the cookies and cream ice cream, so I can taste that. You can taste the regular chocolate on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And the wafers seem to be really distinct. So we'll finish this and then we'll end the recording. Now remember to like if you like this, subscribe, and they need to hit the notification too, and really share these videos with your friends.
Thank you.
Okay, bye for now. Hey, thank you for tuning in to another Inktober video. This is day 5. And day 5 is build. So I drew my character Demon Blaster because the man who built him or did a build was James Moe Hart, thus creating a robot that he can control and take out and save people and fight crime and all that stuff. So you have now Demon Blaster, the build of James Moe Hart. Thank you. Remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, share, and of course, comment. Bye for now. Love y'all. Have a great and wonderful day. Welcome to my first unofficial collaboration videos. This one is with Eric Nienatowski, although he knows I'm doing this video. He has a Fan Art Friday where every week the first person in the chat can name the character that they want done. It's just going to be one that it's going to be published. He's not doing concept art for any characters through this. Of course, as I said, I was there on January 15th, which I'll link that video in the description here. And I got him to draw up my character, the Canadian Shield, which has been published, and you can find over on my website if you want to buy the comic. So yeah, he drew it up with me talking in the chat with him about it. So that was very, very good. I like the way he did it. So although he didn't know that the suit was sort of going to be impenetrable and all that, so he ended up making rips in it beforehand. But that is good. And of course, after that he mailed it to me. All you have to do to get the piece is provide the postage. So that is good. And here's on that. Hey everyone, I have a parcel from Eric Nienatowski. So I know what this is. This is something good. So we're going to open it up. It's finally come. I know exactly what it is. Oh, some extra. We have the Canadian Shield as done by Eric Nienatowski. So we're going to be scanning this in fairly soon and making another piece of cardboard just to make sure it's stayed stiff. And we also got a sticker from him. Cool. And this nice board. And this sticker, cool. What you got? Canadian Shield done by Eric Nienatowski. We're going to scan this in and color it. So watch out for that video. Hopefully that should be coming this weekend. So thanks very much for joining. I hope you do enjoy waiting and watching. So now that I have received this wonderful piece of art from Eric Nientowski. Unboxed it, as you saw. I have skinned it in, and I have started coloring it. Of course, I'm getting Canadian sheet. I take the opacity out and all that. I put it down to the right size, and I start putting the colorings in for the Canadian Shield. For his costume, his skin color. Although I'm going to end up changing the skin color eventually. So, and then I put the green there. That way I can see what I might have missed on the edges and all that. See where I need to really get. I'm cleaning up the lines here, as you can see, to make it this piece a really good piece. And I will do another background. I'll take the green out in a bit here after I get done going over the lines and getting everything lined up completely. So hopefully maybe I can get some permission from Eric to make this a print of some sort because this looks really, really good. I like it a lot, and hopefully everybody out there will too. It's awesome doing this sort of unofficial collaboration with Eric. And yeah, his channel and all that will be linked. And hey people, Pied Piper of Hamilton here with It's Not a Canadian Snack Video! It was supposed to be, but I went to Brazil! And I brought back some snacks! So, the Canadian snack video has gone Brazilian! Yeah! Now, what will we have? Who knows? Well, up first is this Kim Mini Bolo Sabor Chocolate Cum. I think it's basically a chocolate little bun. I've actually had these. I had them down there. They gave us these packages and some lunches that we had when we were out and about. And there will be a few of these Brazilian Canadian snack. Goes Brazilian! So they're open up. They got a bit squished on the way back. So you have to mind that. So, there is one. Take off the wrapper. Nice and chocolatey. Taste a little bit of the chocolate thing that's in the middle. Cream. I think there's a hint of mint, but not much. These are good. If you're ever down in Brazil, look for them. So, remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, share, and of course, comment. And we'll see you in the next Brazilian snack video. Tasted by a Canadian. I don't know what to call this. I'll find out. You'll find out when I put it up. Bye for now. God bless. Hey, it's part 2. Yeah, that was only part 1 was only a second ago. That was the mug. Now this is another one. Fragile. Handle with care. Okay, so we're going to open this up. This is going to be another Christmas gift. I'm just going to be showing it off for all my viewers. Hopefully they'll want to go and get one of these from my Teespring store. And I'll probably want to go and get one of these from my Teespring store. So Just trying to figure out where to. Cut along. Okay, so this is going to be cool. This Christmas gift for my dad, actually. So much bubble wrap. It's all bubbling out. So here is Canadian Shield glass. It looks pretty good. And this is actually recorded a few days after the mug, although these are together, they came in separate days. So, unfortunately, sometimes you got to deal with that. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Like I said, I think I want to get myself one of these. You can feel the ink just above. Here, let me switch the camera. So yeah, there we have it. You can see the Cross Comics label there, and the Canadian Shield there. Almost like the statue. So yeah, it's a pretty good size glass. I think my dad will be pleased with it. So yeah, there it is. Go get yourself one of these from the Teespring store. There will be a link in the description. So yeah, bye for now. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing. And I'm going to be reboxing it afterwards for my dad for Christmas wrap it. Although he'll probably end up getting a bit late. I seen him like a couple days ago on Saturday, so I probably won't see him now till after Christmas. Okay, anyways, bye everybody. God bless. Have a great. Thank you for taking another look at, or hopefully another look at an Inktober video. The keyword today was, or the prompt word, is ancient. And trying to stick with my comics, and although this character, although not a character, a real life person, at one point, well still is, this is Jesus the Christ, the Messiah, or my rendition of him. More him either ascending or coming back on a cloud, as he promised and as he did. So, and the word was ancient, so he would be ancient, coming from biblical times. So I guess that is about all I have to say. Again, thank you for tuning in and watching another Inktober video by me here on Cross Comics. So remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you have to subscribe, hit that notification button, share, and of course, comment. And we want everyone to have a great and beautiful day, wonderful day. And yeah, we also want the comments. As I said, we enjoy comments here at Cross Comics. So I guess that's it for now. Bye for now. We'll catch you next Inktober drawing or on one of our other things. Check out all the links in the description, please. I'm sure you'll enjoy whatever there is. Bye for now. Time for another Canadian snack video. Today. Now, I have the ones made by Casper, but they have other ones made by other people. This is the corn twists, corn puffs. And here is what they look like. So they are salty, they are corny, they are buttery, they are good. These have been around for a long time. They're filled with a lot of air. Just like the cheese puffs, you can suck everything out of this. And just be left with a little bit of goo. But I'm not going to do that with this video for you guys. I don't need to gross you out. So not sure what more to say about these. They taste good, you know. So remember, smash the like button. Subscribe if you've yet to. And hit the notification to know when I'm putting up stuff. Comment, please. And what else? I don't know what else. Anything what else. Share. Remember to check out the rest of my content. Check out my other channel, Cross Comics. Thank you for tuning in. Bye for now. God bless. Love you all. The Pied Piper. Okay, another video here from me. I hope you're liking these videos. We got another Canadian snack video. We are with a drink this time. It's the first time I saw it a couple days ago. I got 2 bottles. I drank one for myself. The time wasn't too bad. Well, it was all right. Whatever. But I got one just for the stream. Orange Mountain Dew. It's called Mountain Dew Live Wire. It's alive. No. So, yes, it's basically Mountain Dew with orange flavoring. So, here we go. Okay, so you can taste the orange quite a bit. Tastes slightly different than regular orange pop, I would say, with the mix of Mountain Dew in there. It's a strange thing, but it tastes, as I was saying a few minutes ago, it tastes alright. So, just try and imagine orange pop with Mountain Dew mixed together, and that's what you have. Mountain Dew Live Wire. Thank you for tuning into this latest October drawing. This is going to be my character Snow, because the prompt today was Snow. And she's one of my main 7 characters. She should be the second character coming out with a book, so I do hope you will be enjoying this, minute and 16-second video. She's from the past, gets frozen in time, so to speak, and then resuscitated in modern day. Want to know more? Tune into my channel and hopefully find out. And definitely find out when her book is released in the near future, hopefully sometime next year, being 2020. And remember to like, subscribe if you've yet to, hit the notification button, share, and of course comment, and have a great and wonderful day. Bye for Sorry it's been a few days for this. Just been getting busy, my friends. But this is Black Lightning. More Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. I forgot to put on my mic. I have it muted for well. The pre-show is going on. Hey, Timothy, how are you? How are you doing? But yeah, that is. I hope you enjoyed the pre-show. That is going to something I plan to do for my Monday through Friday shows for approximately half an hour beforehand. Start it up. Oh God, my ears. Then lower your volume, Timothy. Lower your volume. Or I could whisper, but I don't think that'd be good for either of us. But yeah, and I'm working on getting together. There should be ads in there by the end of the week for all of them. What have you done to offend God? Lots, probably. For all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Is that how it's said? But how are you doing today, Tim? Okay, so in doing panel 3 here on this, I discovered I needed to put on braces or whatever, stuff to, fortify the bridge to make sure it will stand up underweight over the river, because I don't know how big this river would be. But anyways, now seeing them there, I figure I have to add them in on this panel to make it or these couple of panels to make it consistent. It's glad you're good. Did you enjoy the pre-show? And yeah, like I was saying, I'm slowly putting together an off-air live, or that's what I'm calling it at the moment, for lack of a better name. Basically, it's not going to be those videos, but a bunch of other videos that I have that are mainly 15 minutes and under. There are 3 or 4 that I think are 25 minutes approximately. But I think they would go good in there. But basically, have those off air like that. Like, I'm off air. I'm not really talking except for whatever's in the videos. And then people can come and chat in the chat. And I'll be in periodically in the chat. And I'm thinking having that, running as long as my internet doesn't interrupt. Thinking of having that run while I'm off air on my channel. See whether I can attract any attention. Oh, and it looks like we have a winner. We have the Super Mario's winner for our let's see, your channel purchase, your channel community. So, yeah, here. Let me bring this up. Let's see. Cancel. Okay. I hate it when things don't do what you want. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, as you can see here, Super Mario has won. So I gotta work on getting the characters. I'm probably gonna do more villains than heroes this time. So I think it's going to be easier to create villains in this as some sort of creature that Mario would have to face. Like creating Toxico as some sort of lizard. My character Absorb, some sort. Anyways, yeah, that should be interesting. And now, back to our show. I'm reading what Timothy has to say. Oh, he hasn't said anything since he said good. Good. Okay, so I wonder if this. Where is... Hey, Ulrich! Good afternoon. How are you today, Ulrich? Good to see you here. Okay, let's merge that with the layer below. Seeing as it's 12:10 in the afternoon, I mean good afternoon. And I especially mean good afternoon to you, Elric. We shall have fun with this till the day we die. Or don't do this. I don't know. Something like that. I don't. I'm part of everyone and I don't, Elric. So not everyone runs on Californian time. Your teachers lied to you. Quite required to see that. So we missed you Thursday night, Ulrich. Hey, Jeff. How are you? Alec says, of course the teachers lied to me. I got my education wrong. This ungodly sate. State from. And Jeff says, I'm swell. And you? I am doing good. Just going to add a little extra to this panel. Oh good, this is automatically going in behind her. I like that. Stupid California education. Well, the state and from, I think you can blame on yourself for your bad typing skills. And plus, I think you can only blame the education system for so long after you're out of it, Alric. After you're out of it, I was busy Thursday, but I was hoping you would stream Friday, but that didn't. But you didn't. Did you have something else come up? Well, I just wasn't sure with it being Good Friday, whether... I know I've done it in the past stream, I think, on Good Friday. I just wasn't sure whether it'd be a good idea. Not that I was really doing anything, but okay, makes sense by the way how you're. It was good. Nothing special. I woke up late for church, so I didn't end up going to church. But Easter Saturday I helped out with Easter extravaganza thing, which was for kids and getting chocolate and all that, put on by our church. Okay, so that looks a bit big. I'm gonna redo that. But how was your Easter, Ulrich? Me and my family ate corn beef briskets and twice baked potatoes. What are twice baked potatoes? Or did you eat baked potatoes twice? And by twice, would you mean like once on Friday, once on Sunday? 2 times in the same day? How does that work? Hey, the head ninja in charge. How are you? My Easter was good. They are godly potatoes where you heat them up in the microwave, scoop them out, and then mash them. Okay. A baked potato whose inside are scooped out, mixed with things like cheese, onions, and then put back in the potato and cooked again. I make them all the time. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard of that. Then add cheese, bacon, butter, and bake them in bake them for 15 minutes. Okay, I don't think I've ever heard of that, but it sounds good. Also warm milk to make them creamier. Before you put them in the emmer. And those are called baked twice potatoes. What do you call them exactly? Twice baked potatoes. Okay. Well, they definitely sound delicious, Elric. So do you pre-cook the bacon? For yours, Elric? Although Jeff said things like... And Elric, have you signed... Elric, I think I have an email for you that is old and is not working anymore. I I just want to confirm that, and that you because you signed up for the pre-launch, right? Oh, and Alric, did you vote on the latest poll? No, not yet. To not the poll or signing up for the pre-launch. Okay, so there is the pre-launch if you want to sign up. Because if you want that Eric card, you need to sign up, Eric, because it's only those signing up and who buy that get the card. I used but my email is working, or else I wouldn't be able to use it. Okay, then, because I was pretty sure, is your Twitter's still working, right, Elric? Because let me check something. Contacts. Oh, no. Come on, think the real name. Oh, there. No, I don't know. I haven't been on Twitter in months. I never felt better. That's good. Okay. Let me. Oh, besides your. Well, if you can, or when you can, send me an email letting me know it's you, Elric. Because I want to make sure you have the right. I have the right email for you. Because I don't think the email I had was working for you that I had gotten from Indiegogo. I do like that Elon Musk is causing hissy fit on Twitter, yeah. Because I did have somebody sign up for thing that I thought was you. Although, now that I look, I can't even see the person that I thought was you. I thought signed up. Though I will, though I'm just busy these days. Yeah. Yeah. Well. Also, like I said, I would like to get together with you too. Like I said, for that page, you know, because we're coming down to about 2 months. Because I'm officially declaring that I am June 24th. No matter where I am launching. I'll make sure the page and all that's ready for launching. And I'll work like hell at that point to make sure everything is ready. Yeah. Well, you wanna... there is the last page. And Dillard sending this to me, he did this physically, traditionally. This page is going to be available to buy on the campaign. It's the only page that'll be available to buy on the campaign. Well, I might put some stuff up from Canadian Shield 1, my crappy artwork from it. I'm not sure completely how much. Of course, it's going to come with the comic. You're probably looking at a minimum of $200. I might go 3. I'm not sure yet. Because this is going to be the first page where she actually appears in costume in the comic. Well, you do have a couple months to save up, Alec. I might split the difference and just say $250. Oh, I completely forgot. I got the Buckler comic. Cool. I haven't got mine yet. I'm in the middle of it. Cool. Oh, right now, well, what you been seeing me do here too today, I have a story in this called book called Trolls Exposed. That is on Indiegogo right now. Where is Trolls? Yeah, he got them. He's got the books themselves in different intervals, but there is page 1. Or there is 2 Trolls Exposed. This what I'm doing up here is a story that's in that. It's over 100 pages. I'm reading it carefully because I don't want to ruin the comic at all. Yeah, I can believe that. I read the Canadian Shield carefully as well, since I only have one copy. Yeah. Well, Eric, with not giving too much away, Digital 2. The price for both comics, and this is without shipping, $25 Canadian. I have a question though. Since I'm making a cover, does that mean I can't buy the comic, or is it just you? Well, I think it's only people that might be listed on the it might be people listed on the campaign, or it might be just people, the person running the campaign. I'm not sure which of the two. No, Dillard bought from the first campaign, and I think I put him on the first campaign, but that was afterwards, too. I think it's more the person running the campaign can't buy. But yeah, let's see. So Yeah, 25 bucks for both books Canadian, and then another 13 Canadian for shipping. So 38 Canadian. For both books. Is the tentative price at the moment. Let's see. That's $29.45 American. $25 for both. That's without shipping. $38 with shipping. Canadian. And that's unsigned. Let me see how much I got for signed. Since you'll probably want signed. $35 signed. And probably 13. Yeah, so 48 Canadian. $37.20 to get them both signed and shipped. American. Once you get yours, yeah, you can sign yours. Obviously, you can sign your cover. Once you get it, I can't stop you from signing your cover because I'm sure that's the cover you're going to get. Because, and then, Elric, you'll be the only one with your cover signed by you and me. Thus, potentially putting the price of your cover, that one up that you own, up a little bit in for price. So, wait, that means I might have to buy 2 of Snowdrift, but both signed, but one not. Red. Well, Elric, you could buy what you can take it out of the, you're gonna have to take it out of the package just to sign it, so when you take it out of the package you can read it the once, unless you want one that you can read all the time. Hey, Lorenzo. Why is Rick yelling about his package? I don't know why I'm yelling about a package, but technically I was yelling about Lorenzo's package. Or, I mean, I said Elric's, right? Not Lorenzo. We were talking about me signing my cover of Snowdrift when we get to it. Cross. What do you use when you sign your comic? A marker? You think it's up too high? And if anybody wants to get in, of course, talking with me live on the air, the Discord is open. And Alric, we got to get you signed up over on Rumble. I do some exclusive stuff on Rumble. Here, I'll turn down my mic a little. Is that better for you, Lorenzo? Because I'd like to get exclusively on Rumble, but it's getting all my subscribers over there. I can't tell. It doesn't sound so distorted anymore. Okay, so let's... And if, in case you don't know, Lorenzo, right now I'm working on the Battle for the Bridge story, adding something that needed to be added. Although it's taking me way too long. Let's see. Okay, so now I should be able to grab there, and probably, I don't know why. We need to remove our troll. There we go. And there we go. Here we go. Here we go to save the day again. I'm talking about tiers. Let's look at the Lorenzo tier. The Lorenzo tier. Lorenzo should like this. The 2 copies. Well, he might. I'm not sure whether you want. Are you gonna want both all different covers in your tier, Lorenzo, or do you just care about getting one cover? You don't care about which cover it is. Let me make sure I got the right mic. Connect it. It is the Snowball, so I don't know why. Just could be my talking that's making it sound distorted, Lorenzo. I mumble a lot of times. You're fine right now. It's just that Rick's voice has power! Cross, if you had Crunchyroll account, you should watch Spy X Family. Let's see. Hello. Hey, Lorenzo. How are you?
Hey, I'm okay.
Sound tired.
Yesterday, yeah, I think. I didn't even get to. I was going to get together with my mom just for the. She's a widow, but lives alone and stuff. And but it would have been cool to get together with her yesterday for Easter. But I was just feeling horrible. A little bit better. I still have kind of like a scratchy throat. Hoping that gets better though, because I'd like to make it up with her.
Oh, that's
good.
good.
It's still kind of in the Easter season, you know.
Yeah. So on the Lorenzo tier, on the one that you want, there's going to be like looking at this point, it's looking like there's going to be 3 different covers for Snowdrift.
Did you pull like a Larry or a Mike S. Miller and have like 7 different covers?
No. Well, the Canadian Shield, not the
not to disparage either of those guys. You know, they do solid work.
Well, I'm not. Normally, I'm not going to try and do that. A lot of covers. Elric really wanted to do cover, so I'm not gonna. Okay. I'm not gonna
Cool.
I'm not disparaging him from that, so we're gonna have it up there. Of course, there's gonna be my cover, and
it's gonna be like $800.
No, and then we have, of course, I'm getting Tank Ferret to do a cover.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So how much is like 2 of each gonna cost? It could be an issue.
Yeah, well, right now I've got and like I said, the Canadian Shield is only number 2 is only gonna have 1 cover. I'm not doing any extra covers. The only ones to get extra covers on my campaign are going to be first issues.
But so that's gonna be Snowdrift. So
yeah.
Combined, what are,
right now, I have. I never thought of that, but right now I have with 2 covers of Canadian Shield and 2 covers of my cover of Snowdrift, I've got it at $60. So that's 4 comics for $60.
How much would it cost for?
Well, that's all. That's with all.
Is there going to be any Afghans or anything?
No, and that's without shipping. Shipping is, and that's Canadian too, Lorenzo. 60 Canadian.
Oh, so that's like $3. Sorry.
Right now I have it at 20 to ship to the States Canadian. So 60 and 20 is 80. Let's see how much that is American. 80.
Yeah. In fairness, I think there was a time during like one of the multiple financial crises in America that Canada actually might have had a stronger dollar before than the US at certain times. So
there was one time that if you Canadian money was worth more. So right now it's saying right now it's saying for the exchange rate for $80 Canadian, that'd be 62 American. That's what you'd pay for with delivery.
That's minus the extra covers.
That's not with all that.
Sounds kind of expensive. I'd like to get them if I can afford it.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what Elric's are. I can't. Well, I've probably seen it before. But I want to have this copy. Same thing with Tank Ferret. I know Tank Ferret's art. It's fantastic. I'm assuming Elric's is fantastic as well. So, I'd like to get an extra copy for.
Yeah.
For a friend,
I just thought of this.
After a month, he would come over and buy pizza and wouldn't let me pay for it, and so I buy him comics. So try to even the score a little.
Yeah. So I hadn't thought about do the whole thing up until just a couple minutes ago about putting on. Anything.
Yeah, it wasn't just month after month. It was week after week. He would come over and buy food, and the pizza would come to. It was really expensive because we get breadsticks, maybe a couple. I don't know, or maybe 2 pizzas or something. It was I don't remember exactly, but.
Well, Elric.
We kind of get each other, stuff every once in a while. Not likely to back a campaign on his own.
Well, right now, Elric, I'm not sure whether I'm doing the campaign quite the same. So, people might automatically get my cover, Elric, and I might be using yours and Tank's as add-ons. If they want to get them. Now, of course, Elric, if you get whichever tier you get, I'll automatically make sure you get your cover instead of my cover automatically. Just because it's you. I won't make you pay extra to get your own cover.
Funny thing is, I'm kind of against the deal with alternate covers, but on the other hand, in the case, if it's Tank Ferret or if it's,
Yeah, and like I said,
alternate covers is it's confusing about which one to buy, but if it's Tank Ferret and Ulrich, that's awesome. I definitely want your cover as well. So
well, like I said,
exceptions or because usually I would just buy one cover, and it's confusing which one to buy.
Well, that's why I asked whether you want it. The Lorenzo tier is.
And it took me a couple of weeks or so, I think, to decide which cover to get. I want I'm not trying to badmouth Larry. He was on my show. I don't know if it was last week or the week before.
Last week.
With with IOB. Oh, did you catch that? That was
Yeah.
That was an entertaining show.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely don't.
I'm asking because
I definitely don't blame you when you only have like 2 or 3 covers, especially. I don't really have a problem with that.
yeah, and as I said, I'm only planning on doing this for first issues, like Snowdrift.
I think some of these things, I think if people don't get too greedy about it, I'm not trying to accuse anybody of being too greedy. I'm just saying, just some of these things are kind of nice.
Yeah,
it's just like.
And the reason it worked out that
he has a patch or a sticker, those things can be nice too.
Yeah,
just something a little extra can be something nice.
Yeah, and the reason like Elric really wanted to do a cover, and he was the first up to say about doing it. So I was like, okay.
These are people who are like. It's kind of like when I know Dinah. What's her name? Is it Dinah Israel? I know she did a variant cover for a book, and I feel bad that I didn't end up getting that.
Yeah.
It's always cool when you got like people who are like friends of the show, and they're making covers.
Yeah.
I don't remember who Dinah Israel made a cover for, but it was for a book. Remember.
Yeah, but
I think the book I backed, but I missed out on the cover. And she was somebody I think who used to be in Manny's channel, if I remember right, or be on his panel, or.
Yeah. I think she was on what's the name of it on a regular basis.
Chester channel.
Yeah, for DQ.
Fanspeak.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. So that was always this is really, really cool. So I don't want anybody think I'm disparaging you or their artwork because I get their covers to begin with. Was other part of the art competitions that you used to host?
Well, I'm not sure whether he put much in for anything, but the way Tanks came about, as you know, his daughter had to go into the hospital for stuff on like a whim, not a whim or whatever, but very sudden. And I thought,
very abrupt,
and that costs a lot of medical expenses, especially there in the States.
Well, that's a really good cause, and Elric is always pleasant interacting with him, and I'm curious what his artwork is like. I definitely would want to cover.
So I figured I'd hire. I'd hire him to do something. I didn't know what I was going to be at first, and then I thought, maybe a cover,
Yeah, what is somebody who's active in the community? I like having their covers,
Yeah.
I feel bad I didn't get Booster's cover when he did one on I think it was one of Preston's books, and I'm getting the whole thing with Preston because I know he's controversial. I'm just saying, I feel bad because it was Booster, and I always enjoyed watching him draw and
drawn and quartered.
Yeah. Ultimate Edition and Fan Edition.
Elric says, and he says, like it's not some random person trying to get in on my, drawing a cover. He's
this is like one of your most like hardcore supporters over the years. Somebody that's been here like somebody we've always known. So that's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. And then you're only doing this for first issues too.
Yeah, it's not like it's a second issue or whatever. I don't plan on doing, whatchamacallit for second or third issues, extra covers. Like first issues are special. Maybe if it comes down to like a special issue Like, 12 might be a special issue because it's 1 year. You know, well, technically it's supposed to be,
would happen with
or 25th, issue, or something like that.
What I always figured would happen with the alternate covers would be like what had happened with, say, the Immortal Hulk, is they printed a certain amount, the first printing, then they ran out of copies, and so when they did a second printing, they did a different cover. That's always how I figured that.
Well, yeah, there might.
We do things,
That's the only other way I'm gonna get another cover. Like in my second printing of Canadian Shield 1, and hopefully there will be a second printing of it.
Haven't you been recoloring it?
Nobody was. Very few people were supposed to know that.
Oh no!
A good thing not too many people are around right now.
You got like 3 people. No, I'm sorry. I don't know. I think there were like 3 of us watching. Though you know what? I do get more people in the replay.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
Oh, no problem.
I
No.
must have told you that late at night or something. And I thought that it was secret.
Well, Alex says, laugh out loud. I stepped away so I didn't hear. Yeah, likely so.
Props to was it Pope Raven? He did a really good job the first time, but I know you've gotten really, really good at it yourself. So.
Well, Elric, in case
the details really vague as far as what we're talking about.
Well, I don't care if Elric knows. It's not going to be a big secret, but I am remastering Canadian Shield #1, Elric. Retweaking some of the art and all that, and recoloring it. And
so I didn't understand it at first, because, as I said, Pope Raven did. I think it was Pope Raven. Did an excellent job. And then I saw that. Then I saw what you were doing to it. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I see why you might want to take a slightly different artistic direction or whatever. It wasn't that it was a bad job at all. I did a great job. It's just you got really good with your colors yourself, and I think it's definitely a really solid job. I mean, really high quality job you're doing.
Yeah. Like I said, it's nothing to take away from what anybody did on the first issue. I just wanted to make it.
It'd be really cool to have that first edition too. When there's a second edition, people with the first edition, maybe, who knows? I don't know about comic book costs, but it could end up. It could be a bit of a collector's item, for sentimental purposes or whatever too.
Yeah. So everybody remembers this cover. You can't. I'm not sure. You can't see what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to open up.
Here, so you can see. I'm going to turn on camera. Okay. There we go. You can see now in Discord. Everybody remembers this cover. You remember it, or this? This is page 1 of the Canadian Shield, the original.
Here we go.
And let's see.
Yeah, it's very, very nice. Very nicely colored.
Do I have it here? I thought I had the remastered version open, but it's easy enough to get.
Yeah, I mean, I've always really respected Pope Raven's drawing abilities, his coloring, because I still remember those. Competitions you'd have, and he'd just submit. A lot of times he'd submit some really kind of humorous things, but they were always really well drawn.
And there is the remastered version.
Yeah, it seemed like you had a different
and actually,
valid ways of coloring it. It's just different artistic interpretations.
Yeah. Well, it's also there's certain things I did like in this one. There's less pillars, and I made the end look better, like the end of the hall. It looked like an end of the hall. Various things.
It's really flickering on my side for some reason. Not sure why. So who is the guy in the top?
Well, that's Keeper. He's the keeper of the Hall of Time.
So it seems like you got some green representation here, but then he looks kind of brown in the redo.
Well, he's supposed to be more golden or darkish yellow.
Okay. Kind of like the ancient. Kind of like my ancestors.
And there might be one.
But I am green like the.
And I think there's going to be one other change in this issue that I haven't done yet. There's a panel. There's one small thing, just because I don't want any problems with a certain someone in a reprinting. Because of.
So you changed some of that around.
Well, if you look on the screen, even right now, it's got Joe King in there, and with I don't want no problem, so I might take Joe King out. I might take Joe King out and put a different character in there. I already actually have an idea for a character to go in there. I just gotta ask the person, and I'm sure they'll say yes. There's there's your Elric's character.
Resolves, but yeah, I'm not sure if she's. If you still
the only time I see him is when I'm on. The only time I see him is when I'm on air or whatever like that. Like we were, I think, on. I forget whose show it was. I think it was.
Extremely professional when you were on air together.
So I don't want to air anything.
I actually knew you guys weren't going to just start yelling at each other or anything. So.
But yeah, so
last week's show, or was that a previous show? Where
I think that was the week before.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with the variety of people who've been going on the channel with the variety of viewpoints.
Yeah.
And the Stacking show.
And of course, there's my self-insert.
Oh yeah, there you go. You gotta have the self-insert. Yeah, I'm not going to claim to speak for George as far as whether or not he'd want Joe King in there or not. It's honestly beyond me.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to make your own decision on
Well, like, I've made my own decision. I'm going to just make sure there's no problems. I'm going to take him out. I'm pretty sure I know who's going to replace him. A one-eyed guy.
So the screen seems to be flickering on. I don't know why.
Let's see, but Cross, if you want that villain to fight the Canadian Shield, let me know, and I will draw him more. Well, right now, I do have the first year and a half set for the Canadian Shield, Elric. For who he's gonna fight.
I wonder if it's because you're like using. Are you running this through OBS first or something? Or
No.
For some reason, the screen share flickers when you do that, and I don't know why. It doesn't usually.
Maybe it's when I go to different programs or whatever. But
it's making me kind of nauseous. I'm gonna have to look away from the screen. Sorry, it's not your artwork. The flickering. I get.
Well, here, let me. I will turn off camera.
I can actually look on. I can turn the volume down on my phone and then watch it there, or I can open up another tab. ahead.
Let's see.
The only thing is that there's going to be a slight delay. I'm surprised. I must have closed your window by accident when I joined StreamYard. I usually just turn the volume down.
Let's see. But I thought I had something here that showed. I thought I put it up here in my drive. I guess not. No problem. It's just whenever. It'd be a fun project to do. Well, Elric, if you want to try and write some sort of crossover with the Cross Comics universe and your universe, we can look into that if you want.
A crossover with crosses.
I'm in the middle of writing a crossover with Hero Shack.
Would there be a cross comics over?
Yeah. And even here in this panel here, you know, you see I added the shadow of not Messenger, Keeper. Or Canadian Shield teams up with Canadian Shield Chan. Yeah. Well, if you want to write like I said, Elric, if you want to write some sort of crossover, it's possible that we can work together on that for whenever a release. So you like the new look? Elric says, looks better for the remaster. Yeah, and I've got a few pages done.
I do kind of like that he used to be green, but if that's not what you had in mind.
Well, he's still got the golden look there too. It's just got a bit more greenish in it.
Yeah, there he's green and wearing a green shirt. I don't know. That kind of look a little golden brownish.
And this isn't finished. This still needs a lot of shading. This one and tightening up the colors.
Is this the old one or the?
No. This is the new.
Oh, I'm looking. Oh, I see. I got it on a delay.
Yeah.
Because I'm watching on YouTube.
Yeah. And that's for page 2.
I see a guy has a mohawk. Is that the same character?
Yeah.
Do you have a mohawk in the other one?
Yeah.
This guy native or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So this makes more sense then. Before he looked a little greenish, or wait a second, is that Canadian Shield or?
Yeah. Well, now it is on page 2 and 3.
Does the Canadian Shield have a mohawk?
Well, underneath the mask he does.
Oh, okay. Now I'm looking at Canadian Shield. Confusing your humans. A hard time with humans. Now, this guy is clearly a lot bulkier than the other guy.
Well, yeah, in certain spots I've made him look the bulkiness that he's had, like.
Yeah, he's just like.
Hi, Lorenzo.
What the thing is, the thing is, the guy's like already kind of bulky like the Hulk, and then you have this like mask on him, like that seems like he'd be really menacing looking, like just this huge guy. He looks like a would be like a quarterback or something.
Yeah.
Maybe bulkier than that.
Yeah.
And then he's got this mask on, which makes him look even more menacing. But that mask has a function?
Well, yeah, it will give them enhanced vision, enhanced hearing, and all that sort of stuff. And who knows what else he might be enhanced to.
Okay. It's not just to terrify people.
No.
That would be like real intimidating. You're somebody who's trying to like steal some old lady's purse, and this big giant, big burly guy with a mask.
Let's see. Lorenzo said, not Lorenzo. Alec says, yes, it's a fun comic. Cross made him very likable. We need buff characters again and hot women. Canadian Shield as buff as Kien Shiryu from Fists of the North Star. So yeah, it'll take a couple minutes for you, but here's the original page 2 and the original page 3. And of course, I
just saw something with text on the bottom of the page, and now I'm seeing something else.
Yeah.
Is that page 2?
That's page 3.
That's page 3. Okay.
Yeah, I've still got to put, like, there's a lot to be done. Like, I'm redoing the colors. I've remastered most of the art. I've got to go to page... Well, I've got the last 3 pages still to remaster art for. And I'm in the middle of remastering the colors. Well, I've sort of remastered the colors. I got the basics, but I got to tighten them all up again. You know. And then I've got to put shading and lighting in and all that sort of thing. But, you know...
Look what you done did. First I get something that says Cross Comics, you know, recommendation in my news feed, what do they call it, the feed on YouTube, and now I'm getting the Tom Green show. The Canadians are taking over. I'm really glad to see the Tom Green.
Can hardly hear Lorenzo.
Oh, it's the Tom Green archive. Okay. Well, that's awesome. I'll try to watch that next.
Oh, maybe because I don't.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah.
Maybe it's the algorithm, but I think I'm subbed to both.
Alric said
your show. I know I'm subbed to your show. I'm sure I am to the Tom Green archive.
So now I can, yeah, because my mom's saying that, Alric, I turned them up. So, what do you think of the changes thus far, Alric and Lorenzo, for Canadian Shield #1 Remastered? So, original page 3.
I'm gonna have to put it in full screen again.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait a sec till you see.
Okay, I got it full screen.
And then there is the remastered version.
And it's gonna take me a second for it to show up. The weird thing is, right now it might be just my screen. I can barely see the. Looks really dark. It's supposed to. Like, it looks like it's nighttime or something.
Well, it is a bit darker at the moment because there's no shading and lighting and all that.
Oh, okay.
But I think it looks better for the wood and the wall and all that inside of it. That type of old church.
Is it inside of a church?
Yeah, an old church, you know, which would have very little.
It kind of reminds me of say we have an Episcopal church that has like. I'm not going to say anything about their like doctrines or whatever they're believing, but I'm just saying they have some really nice kind of wood furnishing, and I think that was the case with some other denominations too. That
I'm going to be having
maybe don't have as much like say. Maybe they don't have as much. Maybe they're not as flashy as far as like some of the artwork or iconography or whatever. But instead they have like some, but it's very like reverent.
Yeah.
And,
So-
and it just looks like a really nice.
I'm hoping to have this available for the campaign.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like maybe
Yeah.
they're not gonna like Catholic churches tend to be very
Yeah.
ornate in things, and I've noticed with like some of the, and it might not just be Episcopalian. I don't know if maybe the Congregationalists are like this, but like there's some really nice like kind of wooden pews and stuff. Like the wood grain is like well crafted and stuff. And
Yeah.
you can still tell it's a church, even though you're not going to see like a statue of Mary or something.
Yeah. Well, as I was saying, I'm hoping to have everything done on this for the campaign in June, because I would like to make it available after. Well, hopefully after I sell out of whatever I have left of my cover and John's cover for the campaign. So I'm probably going to actually hopefully be looking for somebody to do a cover for the remastered version of this.
That's cool. This kind of reminds me. So, like, I go to the Orthodox. Well, I haven't gone in a long time, but I belong to the Orthodox Church. We used to meet up in an old Episcopal church. That's why I mention it. So we would have kind of like we're into like more the ornate like iconography, images or pictures or whatever. But it was cool though to see kind of like how the Episcopals had it, where they were into this really nice wooden furniture.
Yeah, and then there is.
Sorry to ramble on about that, but that's something that I really like about some churches is.
Yeah, and there of course is the original page 2. And
Okay,
then,
so
and it's going to
When
take
is
a
this-
couple seconds
is it-
for it to appear, and then there is the remastered page 2.
would this be like the church built like in colonial times or something?
Yeah, well, you got to remember this would be built in like the early 1800s, maybe even
Okay, yeah.
or
Yeah, this is
sometime in the
spot on.
1700s.
This is really nice. It looks pretty accurate as far as some of the older churches I've been in, especially like. I'm assuming it's probably something. You're probably not specifying any particular denomination, or
No.
well, that's cool.
He got this is before he got sent to our time, Alric.
Protestants or anyone, I'm just saying, making observations as far as. I like going to different churches and checking out how they.
And as you can see, for this panel, I took away the whatever was that John created there, and I put the piano in the corner, and then a pew on the stage as well.
Looks like he's kneeling down in prayer.
Yeah, this is where he prays,
Very cool.
like, God, have your will in my life, just before he disappears and is sent to our time.
Oh wow, yeah. I see. It's not. It doesn't. He's doing this in private. It doesn't look like anybody's. It looks like it's him and God.
Yeah, well, there's a couple reasons for that,
Yeah.
because he probably would not be. Well, I'm having it, so because of being Native or Indian, he's not really welcome when the main church service is going on. He might be outside listening or whatever, or maybe he does attempt to come in like the door and he maybe stands at the back trying to stay unnoticed,
His particular tribe. He's the only person from his tribal nation to have converted to Christianity. Is that the deal?
Yeah, that
Too?
too. Yeah.
It's not a church that's on the reservation, right?
No. This is this
yeah.
is a church just on the outskirts of Hamilton.
So what if he? So do you think he would have been kind of What would the Christians have thought? Would he have had kind of discrimination from both sides then, both
Yeah.
from his own people and the
Yeah, that's how that's how I have it. That he's
Wow.
facing discrimination from both sides.
Yeah, that's a sad story. So does he feel real lonely and alienated? You know, with
At this point, he does, obviously. You know.
okay, he looks he kind of looks like that from his facial expression. Like he's just looks very concerned.
Yeah, he's
Man.
like, I don't know what to do with my life. You know, like I'm. You know, I know this is right, Christianity. You are right, but now I'm. My tribe wants nothing to do with me, and the white folk, most of them don't want nothing to do with me. So then he, you know.
Yeah, seems like this. Yeah, it seems like things. And so this is how long ago?
This would be, I'd say, early 1800s. I'm probably going somewhere. I'm not sure exactly when he was born, whether it would have been late 1700s or early 1800s. You know, at this point, he's probably in his early 20s. You know, he'd be no more than 25, I'd say. You know, but, you know, he grew up with his people. He's probably been a Christian at this point a year, maybe two.
Oh, okay.
Maybe even less. You know?
Yeah, because it's thing. I don't know. I gotta be extremely careful with. I don't really know much about different native societies. I do know that like
I don't either. I know I have a
nowadays there are more native Christians.
Oh, yeah,
there's
yeah,
even like Amazing Grace in the Cherokee version of it.
Yeah,
the words translate quite differently, but
yeah.
from what I recall. But
I have quite a few.
at this time, no.
I have quite a few Native American friends from this area that have converted to Christianity. I've even heard Amazing Grace. There's a woman that I knew sang Amazing Grace a lot of times in Mohawk. I think it's Mohawk. And, you know, it's so beautiful to hear in that other language. You know?
Yeah.
You know?
Cool. Yeah, but in the 1800s, it could have been different, you know.
Yeah, especially early 1800s.
Quite a different situation. I used to talk to the adopted son of the pipe carrier, the medicine man.
Yeah.
He was actually of white ancestry, but he was or European ancestry, but he was in. He was I think he was an orphan, and then the medicine man adopted him. It was interesting to hear him because he did talk about Jesus somewhat, but he practiced native spirituality, whereas this guy, where the Canadian Shield practices Christianity.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound. Yeah, that should be. Well, that should be. That's a. Yeah, you got like an interesting thing. I've always liked the Canadian Shield. It's good to see like an actual tough Canadian character, because and.
What about Wolverine?
And have a book that you're not ashamed. You're not Seems like a lot of Canadians aren't really. Oh, I gotta be very careful not to stereotype. But it's good to see
it's all right.
Canadians who embrace their culture. But you're not like saying Canada. You're not saying that other countries are crap either. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You seem to have a good balance there, where you're having like really like strong Canadian characters and.
Yeah, I'm very proud of my country. You know, I love my country.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of. And this is something I've heard Canadians talk about before. That there's, I don't know, maybe being next to such like you got like America that's so big on the world stage, and that like a lot of people like maybe a lot of, I don't know if a lot of Canadians don't
Well, I'd say a majority of Canadians I'd say majority of Canadians are proud of their country. You have your idiots.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
You have your idiots that like the woke that are just as bad as, you know, like the wokies in the States that want to disparage our own country.
What I always thought, what I was always just so completely blown away by is, it's my understanding that Canada has a much smaller population than the U.S., but like so many of like the actors and singers that are popular in America were born in Canada, and maybe even became successful in Canada, and then they moved to the U.S. when they got a big, you know, they got a record deal here.
Yeah.
I mean, like just so many, like a lot of the guys on the original Star Trek.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there was 2 Canadians there. Elric says, I'm more excited for indie comics than Marvel movies and DC movies. Yeah. Well, I'd love to make cross comic movies. And he says, I find it interesting that you guys are more patriotic than we Americans. I wouldn't say we're more patriotic. In fact, I'd say you guys are probably more patriotic than us Canadians. Yeah, sure, we did the whole trucker rebellion. But maybe you guys are more open about it. We tend to be more secret about it. Or it's more just push comes to shove and you don't want to mess with the Canadian ones. You have shoved them too far.
Yeah, it seems like I didn't know there's Canadian superheroes, but it seemed like it's like I go to the store and like go to ask, you know, guess the local comic book shop. Where's the Alpha Flight books? And like,
well, Alpha Flight never been. I don't know what happened, but Alpha Flight, they've had their stuff on and on, but they've never become as popular as the Justice League or whatever.
That's kind of too bad, but that kind of opens up things up for you.
Or they've never even come
and you know, indie community in general to create different characters for Canada.
Let's see. Ulrich says, Cross, there's a book I'm reading called The Death of the West. It was published in 2002 and predicted everything. It's scary. I can believe it. Okay,
so I've heard an allegation. I don't know if it's true. Like I've heard of like, I don't know what region in Canada, what city, but there's supposedly some cities where there's like Chinese flags flying outside the, like I don't know, like the city capitol building or something, you know, or whatever, or city commission or whatever. I'm not sure if that's true.
I'm not
there
sure.
Could be. I mean, there could be a Canadian flag flying next to it. I would hope there would be.
Okay.
Have you heard about any of that stuff? I don't know if this is true or not. I mean, it could be in America. Maybe, you know, maybe you know, that could happen in one of our Chinatowns. And I guess if the U.S. flag is higher, or if the Canadian flag is flying higher, I guess sometimes there are other flags underneath it. here in America.
Okay, so we finally, it took us long enough. We got that panel complete. We added our support for the bridge. You can't see some of them on the one side, but hey, if we take away stuff, we know they're there, right? So now we finally get to work on this other panel. And how it works, like, I guess the reason I say you're more patriotic is because I live in California. Laugh out loud. Well, yeah, I guess it could be that. But if you look at Texas and all that, Elric, and a lot of your other states, you got to look at more than just your state to tell whether
it's all really. Yeah, when you have 50 states, there's bound to have people. Even within those states, though, there's going to be a lot of disagreements. Oh, I don't want to get. I know it's you don't like run a political show, but like I think a lot of these wedge issues are because kind of to divide people. Not to say they're not important. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You got these two political parties here, and I don't know. Do you have multiple parties? But do you have like two main ones, or?
We got three main ones.
Okay. Here we've got
the Liberals.
If one party says something, the other party will often like say, "Oh, we believe the opposite thing," and then next year they might change the flip-flop on. That's just my own personal opinion.
We got three main parties: the Liberals and the Conservatives, which would probably be the closest to your Republicans and Democrats. And then we got the NDP, which would probably be very close also to your Democrats, and our Liberals are close to your Democrats. Our Conservatives are close to your Republicans, or they're supposed to be. As of late, not so much in certain parts of the country. Like right now, we have the Conservatives in party for supposed to be running Ontario. That's the province I'm in, and they're acting more like Liberals they're acting more like Democrats than Republicans.
It just seems like they kind of serve Wall Street, or they just serve the financial sector. Is what it seems like both parties do. They'll disagree on some stuff, but it seems like they'll.
Let's see.
It seems like when they do agree on something, it's something that's going to harm the American people. Maybe harm the world in general. When the two parties are, because everybody's like, "Oh, we should be," or not everybody, but some people are like,
And then, of course,
when they're bipartisan, they're both working together. That's when I get really scared.
And then in Quebec, the province of Quebec, there's a fourth main party called the Bloc Québécois, which I'm not even sure how to categorize them, Republican or Democrat. They're neither. It's whatever they think is best for Quebec, which usually isn't best for Quebec.
Are they trying to? Are they separatists?
They're the Texas of Canada.
Well, they're supposed to be, but they haven't been acting like that for the last 2 years. Or at least the political stuff.
Are they a separatist party?
What?
Because
the Bloc Québécois, they can be, yeah. Well, yeah, just separating Quebec from the rest of Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be like that. Would be. I'm not going to make it. I'm not Canadian, so I'm not going to make a judgment either way. It seems like it would be an awfully small country surrounded by like two giant countries.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of that over in Europe, right?
Yeah, that's true.
In fact, well, except for Australia and Canada or North America are weird like that. We have very few countries, on our continent, of the and Antarctica, although there's no countries really there, but the other 4 continents have many countries in them.
Yeah, wondering. I was just kind of wondering what would happen to Quebec if it was here's Canada and here's the U.S. and here's which are both quite big, and then it would be tiny Quebec. They just don't know if how that would work. Yeah. I would think they'd have to have a powerful military to defend themselves.
Well, unfortunately or unfortunately, over here it's not quite like in at least Europe or over that way, is because Canada and the States, and especially Mexico, we don't really go for invading another country to conquer it, like another situation that's happening right now. And really, that's all that's happening over there, is another country is trying to conquer another country to get more land. This has happened for thousands of years. Why are we surprised?
Yeah, it's very complicated with Ukraine. I've got Ukrainian friends and I got Russian friends, and so
I was trying not to say those names.
Such a long history of like there's like ethnic Russians in their country, and there's reasons for that they go back.
Yeah. Well,
decades, maybe hundreds of years.
Of course, the one country doesn't want to be conquered by another country. No country ever does, but it happens, right?
Yeah, it's sad because there's like areas where there's places which you're talking about. I talked about where they were fighting. I guess there's one region that's been fighting. Sounds like almost like a civil war. I want to be very careful because I don't want to get your channel in trouble. But it sounded like some of the ethnic Russians had been, and the Ukrainians had been fighting in Ukraine in a couple of regions, or at least in the Donbass region for a while now.
Well, we could try and talk about this without mentioning the country's names.
Yeah.
Like I tried to do.
I don't know. I don't feel like I really know enough about it.
I don't know a lot about it either. That's why I'm trying to boil it down to what it really is. It's one country trying to conquer another country for land or resources or whatever. And this has been happening for thousands of years. So unless you have a pact with one country or the other country to help them in case of something like this, we should stay out of it. Your country should stay out of it. I agree with you.
I'm kind of like believe in the Prime Directive on Star Trek, where like, not to say though I'm not trying to claim that Ukraine is it's like a pre-warp well, we're all pre-warp civilizations. I'm not trying to say that they're an inferior civilization, but I just like the idea of not interfering unless you're like
Well, I don't care about even I don't even care about the pre-warp thing. It's unless we have an agreement with them to come help them in a situation like this. Let it be. It's going to affect us maybe in people we deal with resources. But guess what? And unless they actually ask for our help, I don't mean to be mean and say screw you. It's this has been happening, for 4,000 years. So
yeah. I want to be very careful. I've got friends who fought in Iraq. I don't want to disparage them.
Yeah.
I do know though that a lot of the religious leaders in the area had warned against the Iraq War, a lot of the Christian leaders, because and then after Saddam Hussein was overthrown, it got even worse for the Christians in the area. And I'm not blaming our soldiers or anything. I'm just saying, there's a lot of these Chaldean and Assyrian Christians in Iraq and Syria, and they're being heavily persecuted now. And even though Saddam Hussein and Assad are bad, you got these terrorists who who are bad as well. So we don't always know when we try to help somebody. Maybe we're trying to help some people out, but then it might
it worse.
Backfire in some ways.
Let's see, what's Elric saying here? Elric says it doesn't matter how many parties there are if they count or act just like ours. Nothing will get done. Yeah, or stuff will get done that you don't want to get done.
That's the problem I have. Is sometimes when things get done, it's just like to help. It just seems to help these large you got like these multinational corporations that seem to be calling the shots a lot of the time.
Yeah,
people arguing over all these like identity politics and stuff. I don't think they care about it. Just like I don't think they care about the environment. I don't think these big companies care about helping minorities or helping women or anything. I think they're just trying to make a buck.
Yeah, that's what they care about. They care about the bottom line, most of them. And let's see what else he says here. True, we are just like Japan, but instead of small islands, we are just vastly big. But Japan itself is part of, well, it's not a continent. It's a country by itself, but unlike Australia, which is a continent, but it's attached to Asia, Japan, I believe so, the continent of Asia. And then he says, even now, the best way to get to Japan is flying, sailing there is a nightmare. The giant companies are trying to make a buck. Yeah, and the more
I thought Japan was a chain of islands, kind of like.
Yeah, it is, but there's a bunch of islands.
I'm trying to figure. I'm trying to figure out because there's parts of it that are quite close to Asia. I don't know if it attaches.
Yeah, well, it doesn't literally attach, but it's considered. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's considered part of Asia.
Oh yeah, I consider it Asia. Let's see. Yeah, it's very close to China, and that's yeah. It's close to South Korea, I should say. Very close to South Korea, and even parts of it look like they're not too far from Russia.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, and the thing is, sometimes the more a company is trying to make money, a lot of times, sometimes and not sometimes, depends. The more money they're making, the more people they can hire and all that, So it's good to have them big. But they, in some ways, I say they do need to be regulated because they're out to make a buck, which I think some people forget. Yeah. And that they will shortchange their workers if they can to make the buck.
Yeah.
So, you got to be careful.
Yeah, a lot of people have to work 3 jobs here in America, just to make ends meet.
Yeah. So, some of the Republicans that are against minimum wage, I think, is ridiculous because, unfortunately, not all companies are going to pay you. They'll pay you the least that they can. Unfortunately, because they're trying to make a buck.
Yeah, some of my friends are against minimum wage, but I'm not an economist. It seems like a complicated situation, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's pretty. Your stance is pretty much what my stance has been.
I think we do need something saying you need minimum wage, because like I said, these companies, if they think they can pay you $2 an hour, they will.
Yeah. Yeah, the interesting thing is there's this, in Michigan, I think we've got this restaurant wage, which is, restaurant minimum wage, which is like way lower than regular.
Yeah, and that's because
because they assume that people are going to be getting tips, but not everybody tips the wait staff or tips them very much.
Yeah.
Like give them. They might give them a really really low tip if they give them something at all. The person might like kind of over tip, but I don't know how.
Yeah, it depends on a lot of things for tips. It depends on how much money the person has, how good they felt the service was.
Yeah.
Like I try. Like if I go to McDonald's, I'm not tipping. Anybody. But if I go to a restaurant where I sit down, I order, they bring me meal. Yeah, I'm usually tipping that. I'll try and tip, say 10% because I think that's what it's supposed to be. Although a lot are trying to bump it up to 15%, and some places take that automatically now too, which I figure is wrong because then the staff doesn't have to be good at their job or treat you good because they get their tip anyways.
Yeah, I tend to tip a lot higher, but it all depends on. But it all depends. It depends. Like, if I'm really low on dough, I might not be. It's not like I'm gonna always be able to tip like a massive tip if I'm really low on money. If I have a little bit extra money, I like to tip a bit extra. They do a really good job too, especially. But they shouldn't I don't think they should be able to charge a lower minimum wage just because they assume somebody's going to give them a tip. They assume
they're going to get the tips to make up for the money.
Yeah. Whereas I think McDonald's, at least in the U.S., I think it's just I think they get only a set price. I think they're probably going to get in trouble if you tip them. I don't think they're allowed to take tips there. But the sit-down restaurants, it's expected. Yeah. And I'm not sure if the law is different with something like McDonald's. Then again, these local McDonald's, I'm seeing some pretty high wages as far as their starting prices. Because there's a lot of people who aren't. It's because there's so understaffed. I think so they're having to pay more.
Well, especially nowadays since the pandemic.
I'll just say the virus.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Eric says, let's look at Disney. Let's look at how Disney took out a kissing scene in the Internals movie because the money.
Oh, really?
The movie wasn't making money just to get into other countries. Even here, these might be for different things, topics. Even here in California and Florida, the Disney working living is not a stay live in bottom of the barrel hotel rooms right next to the park. Okay.
Oh yeah, I read about that. I think it was even it might have even been early 2000s. I was reading about some guy who claimed to be an employee at Disneyland, and I'm just gonna say he allegedly had to live in some pirate motel. I mean, not that Disney made him live there. It's just what he could afford was he lived in some rundown pirate motel. Is I think what the story was alleging. I'll say alleged because.
You don't know whether it's true or not.
I don't want to get us being sued by Mickey Mouse, but yeah, it sounded like some people may have been living in their cars and stuff. Because I think the problem is that it's where is it, L.A. or no? Where is Disneyland based out of?
I think L.A. Because or close to it. And then
I think what happened. I think it's really the cost of living is really high, and what was being alleged was that the employees weren't always getting paid, as much money as what the cost of living.
Ulrich says anime. A part of LA, anime, Anaheim. LA.
Anaheim.
And let's see, he was saying workers
not
workers not working laugh out loud. People want to live the dream of working for Disney only to have move out of their apartments they stay. I didn't mean to use the word not. There was a recent news story on it. It's true. Okay.
So Anaheim is in Orange County, which LA is in Orange County as well. I think I've got that right. I'm looking at Wikipedia. It's located in the Los Angeles metropolitan area in Southern California. According to Wikipedia, that's where Orange County is located. And Anaheim is in Orange County. So like it's kind of, I want to be careful, you know, but I think it sounds like it's kind of like a suburb or something. But to say they might have their own culture or whatever, you know, it sounds like kind of like a suburb or something. I heard that in Florida, Disney World is almost like its own city. I don't know if it's the same way with Disneyland.
Oh no, Disneyland can fit in one of Disney World's parking lots. Hey, Evan. Oh, Evan, I wrote 4 more pages to the manga. The Herald.
Oh, howdy, Evan. Evan, are you on Facebook or anything? Because I know you left Twitter a while back. Like quite a while back. Been using Facebook a little more often. Yeah, not every day, but
Alric is excited to see Evan.
It's good to see both of them, but yeah, Evan. It seemed like Evan kind of. I didn't see him around as much for a while there. It seemed.
Oh, you didn't. He left. I didn't think he was coming back, and then he showed up in my chat. We've been talking. Me and Evan have been talking off air since the new year, the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I always enjoyed Evan's presence, you know, in the chat and like. I liked it when he was on Twitter, but people have to do what they have to do. I know things. I know that the social media can be kind of unhealthy. I don't know. I think maybe Risey thought I was complaining about, like, I actually do enjoy Twitter, but what I don't like is that people tend to get banned a lot from there. That's the problem I have with it.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, you know, like. I kind of miss the days when. Do you remember there used to be like these web rings? There used to be all these GeoCity sites, and people could have their own web page, and then they kind of part of a group of web pages called web rings. Remember that, Rick? Were you using the internet back then?
It was probably you. I had a thing on GeoCities,
Yeah.
But I never really...
Yeah, I think I did as well.
I never really... I used it as a webpage. I had a webpage for Cross Comics on there.
That's awesome. Yeah, and then I think Yahoo bought it up, and eventually it became Yahoo Pages, and I think they eventually shut it down, unfortunately.
Evan says, I'm not back. I'm just visiting for nostalgia.
It's good to see you.
Alric also said, let's see... also, the area around the parks are basically slums due to Disney not needing to pay taxes. Why do they not need to? Or do they not pay taxes, although they should be? Let's see, Evan says, I don't know if I'm on Facebook. I know I deleted it a few times, but they refuse to comply.
Oh, I see.
Might actually be gone now that it's a metaverse.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing any sort of meta, like, I don't know. For me, I looked at the what was it? The guy from Zuckerberg made a video where he was in the metaverse, and for me, and not to who on the people who designed it, because it looks like they worked really hard on it, but it didn't look like my cup of tea. I've seen some VR chats from games that to me look a lot cooler. But then again, I don't know. I've never used it myself. Maybe it's really super cool, but it didn't appeal to me. Do you see that video? Do you see any of the videos about it?
Don't think so. Oh, let's see.
Yeah,
I need to move my ogre here.
I've used Second Life before, and I had if I was with some other people on there, I had a lot of fun. But it's helpful to have like a guide who shows somebody, to meet somebody. If you meet somebody in the game who explains how it works, it's a lot more useful. But that's not like virtual reality or anything. It's maybe it is, but it's not using any goggles or anything. Second Life, I'm not sure, and I'm not sure how active it is anymore. But it's kind of neat. I could go in there, and there were different. There were these buildings, like there were like churches in there, and like nightclubs, and you could teleport from one region to another.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a video game, except for there wasn't any main goal, and there were many video games in there you could play.
Let's see.
But you could also just it was more like a chat room.
Let's see. Elric says it's good to see you again, Evan. He says if Elon has his way, Twitter might get better again. No, they get special treatment both from Florida and California. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. It's not like they're necessarily. It's not like they're skipping on their taxes. They're not. They probably get a big tax break.
Yeah, they might get a tax break. I can't see them saying you don't have to pay taxes at all, because that would.
I think that's how they might be able to afford to do some controversial things, like Marvel can go and get woke, and they're still going to get. Disney's still going to have all this money because they're tax subsidized.
Yeah, Evan says, I'm expecting a shipment of syringes and Super X from Amazon today. Now they want me to buy Mectin. Ivra from Mectin. Eric says, due to a certain bill in Florida and Disney wanting to get rid of the governor, they've tried to take away that special treatment. And if Disney will have to, and if he doesn't, Disney will have to pay taxes off. And Elric says, good to see you again too, Evan.
It sounded like they have their own police force, and then maybe they're basically like their own, I've heard it compared to say how Vatican City is its own country, but it's more like it's its own city, I think. At Disney World, and I think the governor of Florida is trying to change it so that they're no longer like that. I think maybe I could be wrong, but I think some of the old Hollywood studios, they used to build these entire towns full of elaborate sets. I'm wondering maybe if they had their own police department, before.
Well, I'm sure they do have their quote unquote own police force because there'd be security on site, and probably probably their own security opposed to some regular Joe Blow security. It'd be Disney security instead of some other company that does 50 zillion different other places.
Yeah, I'm saying before Disney built the MGM Studios, there was an MGM Studios that I don't know where it was. It might have been in California. I don't know, but then sadly it got torn down only for Disney to start its own MGM Studios. I don't know if it was in Florida or the new MGM Studios It's not really all that new anymore, but I think the old MGM Studios, it was kind of like its own city, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
And that was like before Disney even bought MGM. I think they were kind of like its own. Yeah, they used to have these massive sets where they would film all these shows and these. I mean, it looked like real buildings. I don't know if they really had an interior or whatever, but the exterior looked very much real.
Now let's see. Work says yes, they have their own police force. Disney does. Believe me, they are quick. A quick one. Time they need paramedics and police to get a kid off a ride due to medical reasons. They're as quick as a flash. They use tunnels like movies.
I've heard there's all sorts of tunnels underneath Disney World. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. I was done.
Well, I think that's how say Mickey Mouse might appear, just out of the blue or whatever. I think the different some of the employees will use these tunnels, but I've also seen a video where there were some people fighting, and I think it was at Disney World, not Disneyland. I could be wrong. And the security, this was a long time, this was like a year or two ago, but the security was interesting how they dealt with the situation. Because I don't think the security got out a baton or anything. I think they solved it in a non-violent situation, because they probably don't want a bunch of little kids seeing their security, It's not like they're going to bop someone over the head with a baton or something at Disney World. It was interesting, though. I think they try to be really subtle, their security and how they do things.
Well, it depends on
they're
what
trying to create this magical land,
Depends on what they have to deal with. I'm sure each situation is a little different. But yeah, they probably do it as quietly as possible because...
Yeah, they seem very discreet.
And I think that's where anywhere, really, any place like that,
Yeah, it's like, because I still remember that one, and I have no idea where this was, what auditorium, but I just remember somebody was giving a speech, and somebody started heckling someone, and then all of a sudden there was a phaser, and the guy was yelling, "Don't tase me, bro!" Or not phaser, taser. Phasers from Star Trek.
Well, phasers are little like tasers.
That circulate around. They don't want something like that at Disney World. I don't think. They don't want some video floating around of security getting heavy-handed.
Yeah, well, if they need to be, most people will recognize when somebody needs to be heavy-handed, because. Depends on how out of control somebody is.
Yeah, I saw a video of what looked. I think it was some sort of fist fight, and it looked like their security was very, very careful in how they handled it.
Yeah,
I think it was Disney World. I think they did it in a way that I think they were there de-escalating the situation to the best of their ability because. They're not gonna.
Yeah, and they'll call in the real cops if they actually need to.
And shot anyone at Disney World. Their security. So.
Oh, let's see. Ulrich says here. Yeah, it's normal. Disney employees is near the fight. They are told to do nothing except report it and wait. That is normal. It depends on if it's a full-blown fight, they might get the normal police, not the Disney police.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what. So maybe that was the deal. Is because they were the Disney police. I was actually kind of impressed and how restrained they were. Then again, you don't necessarily want the Disney police to be beating people with batons or hitting tasers or guns, shooting people.
Disney police are probably just there to
kids.
assess the situation, do their best to control it, and if not, bring in real police.
Yeah, I was quite surprised.
And there's probably real police very nearby.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised because I think I've dealt with bouncers at bars that are more heavy-handed than those Disney police.
Oh, it says, yeah, they already got a bad rep. Laugh out loud.
Yeah, there could be. Yeah, I just saw one video, and so that's not enough to assess the whole police department. I thought they did a good job considering what was going on. But I can't judge by one video how the entire Disney police behave.
Yeah, and you can only judge by that one park too.
Yeah, it was just one. It was just one person's video too. And so I didn't see every single camera angle on the man. It's just one.
Or what led up to it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I went to Disney World in Florida when I was young. It was 1980s. Yeah. I was in elementary school. I don't remember much of it, but I did enjoy. I mainly remember Epcot Center.
Yeah, I went in the 90s. Me, my dad, and my cousin went in the 90s. My dad took me there for Christmas one year.
Yeah, I think I think over the years they've changed quite a bit around as far as like the rides. Like even Spaceship Earth, I think has been changed. Did you go to Epcot Center?
Oh yeah, we went to the whole thing. We even did the water park that they had.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Best water park ever.
Did you ride in Spaceship Earth and the big dome?
I don't know.
Epcot?
I know we went to, probably. If they had it, we probably went to it.
Yeah, that was...
We were there for 3 or 4 days. I'd like to go back at some point, do it again. I'd like to visit some of the other parks in the area too.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, there's all sorts of competing parks too, I think.
Heck, although I didn't have the money, I also thought when I was down in LA a few years ago, I thought about going to Disneyland.
Yeah, that'd be neat to go there.
Well, heck, I actually sort of went and found a whole bunch of. I'd like to take a summer at some point. I'd like it to be sooner rather than later, and go to all the different amusement parks and ride all the different rides throughout the states.
I remember there was. I don't know if it was at Disney itself or if it was something else, but there was. I think they were calling it a smart house, and now there's finally like the technology on a massive scale, but like I think everything was hooked up to a computer, like so like including like the lights, like the light switches and everything, and maybe the heat. I think they've got that now with like Google. The question is, do you really want Google to have access to like how the information of like how hot you keep your house and like what would happen if somebody hacked into that, or hacked into your lights and turned them off or something, I don't. It seems like a bad idea to me now, but at the time it was really cool. The idea that all these appliances would be hooked up to a computer. This was all back in the 80s.
Yeah, the smart houses. Let's see. Our says here, most of the stuff that involves a fight at a theme park usually involves one of two things: someone who wants attention, or 2, someone who is just tired from a long day and gets angry. And Evan says, wise Florida visitors know that the Back to the Future ride is the only thing worth visiting Florida for.
Where's that at? Would that be Universal Studios, or who owns the...
Probably. Oh, let's see. Elric says, this is why Demolition Man is a good movie to learn from. Yes, it is.
Did that take place in an amusement park?
No, Demolition Man doesn't take place. It's so they try to make you to think it's the States, but I think it's just California. Literally turns into a desert wasteland. Well, not desert wasteland. It's supposed to be a utopia, but the police are. There's a police force, but it's really no good at all. They've never done. They've never had to do real detective work or police work in like 20 or 30 years.
Yeah, I'll have to check this out because people were talking about that not too long ago.
It stars Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, I don't know if it was discussed on the Sleestackians or if it was just discussing with some people who appear on the Sleestackians panel. Like maybe I was discussing it on Discord. I can't remember, but it's like, oh yeah, I gotta see it. I might have seen it a long time ago. I've seen so many movies over the years that I've forgotten about some of them.
I'm not sure whether everybody gets that, Elric, but they certainly did at the police station. You get ticketed if you swear. They monitor everything you say. Yeah, but it's close to our reality right now. I'm not sure whether if you had a house it would be automatically built in or not, the swear thing. I guess you would try and find a house that didn't have it in then, because I'm sure there'd still be some around.
Yeah, I've heard of people mentioning things, and then all of us, they mention something. Maybe they got their phone nearby, and then they look on the internet, and all of a sudden they get some suggestion for the very same thing they were talking about like 5 minutes
later. Yeah, I know. I've had similar things like that happen.
And this is the people who have turned off all their all those different services on their phone. And they think it's all turned off, all the spyware, and it still spies on them. I mean, that's the allegation I've heard. And
yeah, but then again, that's a public place. It's not like it would have been his home. I'm not sure whether at his home he got it. Tickets. But anyway, Ulrich's just saying, even at the fancy Taco Bell restaurant, they ticketed Sylvester Stallone's character. Yeah, Lorenzo says, go watch it. I actually have it. Maybe I can do a movie night with it.
So there was this. I know there was this case with the swearing. What do they call it, canoeist? This guy swearing in a canoe. And this was several years ago in northern Michigan, and he got charged with swearing in front of women and children. And I think the judge struck the law down, but it used to be illegal to swear in front of women and children here in Michigan. Like even maybe a couple decades or so ago, it was considered. There's still a law. It might still be on the books, but maybe it's struck down by a judge. I don't know how the courts work in Canada, but our judges can strike down laws as unconstitutional.
I'm pretty sure they can here. Although some have chosen not to.
Yeah.
They are very much not constitutional.
Yeah. We have some really bad stuff, we have indefinite detention of of people, which I would think would be unconstitutional, because I think it would go against the Bill of Rights. Yet I think the Supreme Court may have ruled that it's okay to keep what they consider enemy combatants in Guantanamo Bay indefinitely.
Evan says, I like my Google Smart Home. Yeah. Ulrich says, think of this. The scariest future world was in Back to the Future 2. Think about it when you made a call. It puts their address, their favorite food, in their family, etc. on screen. I don't remember that. Ulrich. Okay, so I still need to make some stuff on this and shade the ogre. I'll probably do that off screen. This will probably be done for before tomorrow or Wednesday. And then we get to work on page 2. Yay! But we've run almost half an hour over. It's been great having Lorenzo on. Been a while. And I hope he knows he's welcome anytime. It's sort of simple to get on. You don't even need a link or anything. You can just come on.
Yeah, I had to drink a lot of coffee, and so to wake up.
Yeah. So
because, I mean, like it's weird saying that in the middle of the afternoon, but
yeah. And
something about this weather. I think it's just the weather's changed around a lot here in the Great Lakes region.
Yeah,
like the weather keeps fluctuating. It's springtime and everything.
Yeah.
By the way, check out the Sleestackians Thursdays 8 Eastern.
Yes.
The last one was pretty entertaining, I think.
And I should be on at about 5 over on Rumble doing up Canadian Shield number 3. Doing up some roughs for that and eventually working my way to good stuff on it. If anybody wants to see Canadian Shield 3 stuff done. Ulrich, make sure you email me. And like I said, we need to get together, go over stuff. I want to see how things are going for your cover and all that. And make sure things are going good for that. And make sure to, bring you in the right direction if it might not be. I'm not saying it isn't. But, the only way I can know is to see.
Oh, put your links tree, I hope I pronounced that right.
Yeah.
In the chat so that people can. It's got your Rumble and all sorts. Well, you know what's in there, but I'm telling the audience.
Yeah. Actually, I think I need to add
a contact info in there and links and stuff. I'm gonna have to start one for myself.
Yeah. And the sooner we can get together, the better, Ulrich, because like I said, in just over 2 months, we're going live. And actually, sort of a celebration day later this month. Maybe on the day that it's 2 months away, or is it 4 days after? I'm not sure. I will have been on YouTube on April, I'm not sure whether it's 24th or 28th. I will have been on YouTube 4 years. So, I don't know what I'm going to do for that. Or just say, yay, wow, celebrate.
Yeah, I wonder if you were on, you might have been on for, maybe a year or so before I even started streaming. Because I know I was streaming.
Well,
I was streaming on your channel before I had my own. And
that was the day I put up my
channel.
That was the day I put up my first video. April something here. Let me find out.
I know Manny started out on your channel. At least that's
Yeah.
what I've heard.
April 28th was the first video I put up. On April 28th, I put up like 2 videos. Then it wasn't until May 22nd. I started putting up things on a little bit more regular basis at that point. But my first live stream wasn't until July, I believe. Yeah, July 21st, 2018 was my first live stream. But my first, like I said, video was April 28th, 2018. It has 18 views and 1 comment. And then I did an Infinity War review the same day, put it up. Or I might have done something just before that, I don't know, but it's not on here anymore. Anyways, my April Avengers Infinity War review was also up on the same day, the 12th. That has 12 views and 2 likes, no comments.
That's still pretty good. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people have gone back and watched it, but if you got a few views at the time, even if it was just like very few, it's still good because some people might only get 5 views the first time.
Yeah.
Or 2 views, or no views at all.
Yeah.
Very first they stream.
Well, that wasn't my first stream. How many? That was my first video.
It takes a while, but I know it takes a while for a channel to get noticed.
My first live stream has 14 views. And it has 1 like and 1 dislike.
I think the only reason why my initial live streams got so much attention was because I had been on your channel and Manny's, and I think ERT's.
Yeah.
Maybe some other channels, and I had gone on and gotten a lot of subscribers before I even started streaming, and then I had people from those channels on my panel.
Yeah.
I think I had you and Manny and Tank Ferret and a bunch of others early on.
Evan says, "Are we celebrating the return of Evan?" Ours, maybe.
Geek Studios was one of my early panelists. I think Shinobi one.
Yeah.
I think this is the Head Ninja in Charge. It's his new channel.
Yeah,
I recommend checking out his new channel. Yeah. Yeah, he's got a brand new channel to go along with it.
Oh, okay. I thought he just.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure if I can find it quickly enough, but he's planning on.
Well, he did. He was in the chat
on Easter.
I think he was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, unfortunately, he wasn't able to stream yesterday on Easter, but because he had some sort of technical issues, and he tried really hard to resolve them. He should be able to find.
Okay,
because he
I tried to use the dot, but it didn't go. Anyways.
Oh, I found his channel. Let's see. I'll take his last video. I'll just post his last video in the chat because that'll be the easiest thing.
Okay.
Here we go. So people they're probably wondering why the heck see a video in the chat because there's a delay. But that's
okay. Why do these things never work for me? Anybody else want to click that and see if it works?
Click on what? I don't even see anything.
Well, no, I clicked on the link. And it doesn't work for me.
Oh, the one for the Head Ninja in Charge?
Yeah.
That's weird, because it works for me.
They never.
Hmm.
These links never seem to work for me. I even did the 3 dots and it didn't work for me.
Well, I accidentally called him Shinobu. That's Shinobu's new channel.
Okay, that worked for me. And I'm already subscribed.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, because he's just he's just trying to build up this new channel and
Yeah, only 8 people subscribed at the moment.
and that's
The Shinobi one, or Shinobi something else you
that's
before.
what
Shinobi Raccoon.
Niobe would call him was the Shinobi one. So for a while he was calling himself that because I know him as Shinobi Raccoon.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
that's what we know as
yeah. Anyways, with all that said, I'm going to end for now, and hopefully I will be on at 5 o'clock over on Just Rumble. So make sure you rumble on over, subscribe,
Yeah.
and come watch me do up some stuff for the Canadian Shield number 3, which hopefully will be in a campaign later. After number 2.
Link for that rec, or don't you, or do you not have the link for the exact link for it until you go live?
Well, I don't have the link for that precisely, but let me get a link to my thing. And remember, people, at the moment, I believe I am the biggest art channel over on Rumble. Come subscribe to the biggest art channel over on Rumble!
So I think I posted Linktree earlier. Here's the Rumble. I posted it, yeah.
There's my Rumble.
Rumble.com.
Rumble.
Oh, you posted it. Huh, you posted it slightly differently.
Yeah, I don't know why it's...
Are you streaming on both right now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to log in then and vote your. There we go. I signed in and there's one watching now. I don't know if that's me.
Yeah, well, it might be me.
So it looks like you got 3 likes over there. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Considering you're also on YouTube.
Yeah. Yes, it's cool. Unfortunately, the great thing is I can get super chats over there, and I get 80% of the money,
cool.
Unlike here. So, but then again, I'm getting no people, or very few people watching. That's why I'd like to slowly move everybody over there because, it is also a freer speech platform. We can we can talk about anything we want about without any repercussions from, getting shut down or getting deleted or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have more art channels, like art and music channels and stuff like that over there. Because I don't think if it was all politics, I don't think those channels will typically do too well if it's only one thing. But if there's a lot of different things, then it really does pose some competition to YouTube if it's more than one thing.
Yeah. So
the more different types of channels over there, the better.
Yes. So with that, we're gonna say bye-bye for now. We'll catch you all later. Hope you have a good afternoon, and like I said,
thanks for tuning in.
Yes, and hopefully see you over on Rumble in about 2.5 hours. So bye for now. God bless.